Those who Michael Keaton refers to as the DC comic fundamentalists mercilessly attacked director Tim Burton's decision to cast Keaton as the Caped Crusader.
I'm Batman.
Given the chance to say something back to them now that you have, what would you say to them?
Grow up. No, I'd say don't make a big deal out of it. It's just a movie, you know. I mean, I don't get the hoopla anyway. And I was just saying, actually, there may end up being an interesting irony here because actually there's been no. Tim was saying how he has seen many versions of Batman. Actually, if you really want to go back to the beginning, you know, say, well, some people see it as this, some people see it as that. This will be the first movie where we see Batman, right? Mm-hmm. I happen to be the guy who will interpret that, right? If it worked, and I feel pretty confident I did what I had to do, you know, I put the bat on the ball, so to speak, no pun intended. I may actually, ironically, retire the jersey on it.
Why someone who's not the conventional choice, rather, for Batman, not in Michael's case?
Well, it's the one comic book that the character is a human being as opposed to someone from another planet. And I just, you know, I've never met anybody, you know, you hear all this sort of controversy over not looking visually like the comic, but I've never met anybody who looks like a comic book, except for a few people, but you know what I mean? And I'm not as obsessed by Jaws as much as some people are. So, plus we're also going for a different kind of tone here.
He makes great movies. When I was doing Beetlejuice, Tim and I have pretty much the same take on things. I like to put myself in a position where, how could you argue with what I did? You know what I mean? When we did Beetlejuice, I remember seeing a guy doing something I had never seen before. You know what I mean? So he takes himself out of the loop of it's awful, it's great. It is. He stands by it. He did what he did and move on. I'll do the next thing. You have to go to his movies you know what I mean? You know, truthfully, it makes people crazy. And it's great. It's great that it makes people crazy because you can't put a finger on it.
Maybe I'm looking at the Scorsese and De Niro of the 90s here.
Maybe. You might be. Just might be, babe.
No.
No?
Why I oughta...
I'm sure we'll be seeing more from